Добро пожаловать всем на стрим. Сегодня у нас в гостях две прекрасные спикерши. Это Ага Бeliak и Рашанак Рахмат. В преддверии 8 марта мы решили провести такое мероприятие, чтобы познакомить вас и всех заинтересованных с женщинами в IT-сфере, чтобы, возможно, encourage женщин и не только заходить в IT-сферу. So I'd like to say that Women Techmakers host empowering events everywhere around the globe with the theme for this year, Dare to Be. It connects, educates, and inspires communities all around the world. And today we have a speaker guest as Aga Beliak and Roshanak Rahmat. And we'll start shortly, and we hope that you like it. So welcome our first speaker, Aga Beliak, cloud engineer from Google, and welcome.
Yeah, hello everyone. Just let me start my presentation. Okay. Okay. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aga Beliak, and it is my pleasure to be here today to share my knowledge and experience with all of you. Today, I look forward to discussing the essential skills required to become a successful cloud engineer and the steps you can take to build a rewarding career in this field. Whether you are just starting or looking to advance your career, I hope to provide you with valuable insights and practical advice that will help you to achieve your goals. Thank you for joining me today, and just let's get started. Okay, so who am I? I am a cloud solutions specialist at Google with over 6 years of experience within the cloud industry. I have had the privilege of working for some of the biggest names in technology, including Intel and Microsoft. During my time in this field, I have seen firsthand and transformative power of cloud computing and how it is changing the way businesses and organizations operate. I am also a mentor in the New Technologies for Women initiative organized by Intel in Poland. This initiative is focused on empowering women to pursue careers in technology, and I am really proud to be a part of it. So when I'm not working, I am playing tennis. Okay, so the objective of this presentation is to provide an overview of how to start career in cloud computing, including the skills required, steps to take, and challenges that we need to be aware of. In the introduction section, I will give an overview of cloud computing, its importance, and the benefits of having career in cloud computing. I will also define the objective of the presentation itself. Okay, so what is actually the cloud? Cloud computing is the delivery of on-demand computing services over the internet, including servers, storage, databases, software, and much more. These services are delivered on a pay-as-you-go model basis and can be accessed from anywhere with an internet connection. There is this nice quote by Bengt Hodger, the cloud manager of a unit company. So cloud computing is like electricity, but instead of plugging into the wall to receive power, you plug into the internet to receive computing services. With both, you only pay for what you use. Okay, so then now let's talk about the importance of cloud computing in the current world. So cloud computing has transformed the way businesses operate by providing flexible, scalable, and cost-effective IT infrastructure. With cloud computing, businesses can easily access and use computing resources without the need for on-premises hardware and infrastructure. There are many benefits of having a career in cloud computing. So those two are high demand. The first one, so cloud computing is one of the fastest growing industries with high demand of skilled professionals and the wide range of opportunities. There are a variety of roles available in cloud computing at the moment. It includes cloud architects, cloud engineers, cloud developers, and many more. And because the sector is still growing, it's not top heavy. Okay, so in the next section, which is overview of cloud, I will provide the overview of cloud computing, including the types of cloud computing, cloud services models, and cloud vendors. There are three types of cloud computing. The first one is public cloud. Public cloud is a cloud computing model where resources are shared among multiple users on a pay-per-use basis. Examples of public cloud providers include AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, and there are many more. Private cloud. A private cloud is a cloud computing model where resources are used exclusively by a single organization. Private clouds can be hosted on premises or by a third-party provider. And the last one is hybrid cloud. So it's a cloud computing model that combines public and private clouds. This allows organizations to use both types of clouds for different purposes. Okay, so cloud service models. There are also three models. The first one is infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Provides virtualized computing resources over the internet, including servers, storage, and networking. The next one is platform as a service. So PaaS is a sales model in which the customers buys virtual access to the servers and infrastructure they need to design and deploy applications. The PaaS provider manages the underlying cloud platform, which the PaaS customer uses to make and run their applications. So example of that could be Google App Engine. It's a service inside the Google Cloud Platform. And the third one is software as a service. SaaS provides software applications over the internet with no need for on-premise installation. And examples of SaaS providers include Salesforce, Microsoft Office, or Gmail. There are many cloud computing vendors, including AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. There are also IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud. In total, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google accounted for 66% of cloud market at the start of 2023. Public cloud revenue in 2022 was 111 billion and is projected to be worth 376 billion by 2029. So these are really kind of huge numbers. Okay, so skills. In this section, I will discuss the technical skills required for a career in cloud computing. This is the main question that my friends or my mentees ask me in regarding how to start career in the cloud. So yeah, like what are the technical skills? I think there are four phases here. The first one is Linux and networking, programming cloud platform, and DevOps practices. If you are completely new to tech in general, I do believe you could gain the entire skill set that you need to go from zero to a junior cloud engineer skill set in about 6 months up to 1 year. Depends on how much time you put into it. For each phase, I'm going to tell you why it matters, some resources that I've used that I would recommend to you, some tasks you should able to accomplish, and maybe some project ideas. Okay, so the phase one, this is the Linux and networking. The reason why I put this together is because the cloud is just a bunch of Linux servers that are networked together. So obviously, having a foundation in both of those topics is pretty crucial. You are not expected to become professional in either one or both. Just gaining fun fundamental knowledge is fantastic, and becoming comfortable with command line terminal, things like that. It's all what Linux administration is. And a lot of networking tasks are also accomplished via commands. So you get sort of best of both worlds when you become comfortable to the command line and moving into programming, moving into the cloud platform section, moving into the DevOps practices. All of those are going to use commands to accomplish some tasks. So if you sort of start with it, you're going to set yourself up for success. Commands like cd command to change directories, ls command to just list things, create files, copy files, move files, make directory, find things with a locate command, being familiar with how to view logs in the log var directory, how to display content of files, or how to install packages. My absolute favorite resource for learning Linux is this book called Linux Basic for Hackers. Trust me, you're going to learn everything what you need in terms of becoming comfortable with Linux. For networking, there is this course called Computer Networking, which is on the free Codecamp. It is about 10 hours long. There's a lot of information. If you spread your time over a couple of weeks, you will learn a lot there. Concepts that are important for cloud are, understanding how to put together virtual networks and how to organize your network with subnets and using private IP addresses, public IP addresses, things like that. You will learn when you go through that course. One of the network fundamentals is DNS. So we need to know how does it work, what happens when we type, let's say, www.google.com in the browser, so how your browser is navigating. Is it actually hitting Google server? What is the path of this query? So the course is free. It's on YouTube, so you can find it easily. And the book, I think it's not free as far as I know. So also some project ideas that you could do. The most obvious one and the first one you should definitely do is install Linux on a VM. You can use something like VirtualBox or install it maybe on your spare computer. You can also try deploying your own cloud. There is this thing called Nextcloud. It's pretty great. It's like an alternative for Google Drive or OneDrive. You can deploy that on your own computer, on your VM, whatever you want. So there's so many things that you could do in terms of Linux and networking. So give those a try. Also, the book and the course I recommended will also have some project ideas. Okay, so let's move now into phase 2. This is the programming cloud. So when it comes to cloud, or actually full roles that are dedicated 100% to the cloud development, where you will be building full-on applications and you need to understand how to program absolutely everything. But when it comes to cloud engineering or cloud administration, you will be utilizing code, but more in the context of automating your tasks and sort of building scripts and eventually building infrastructure as a code to deploy your stuff to the cloud. And now, it doesn't mean that you don't need to learn to program. I personally believe that if you pick up a language like Python and understand the basics like variables, functions, when to use arrays, lists, dictionaries, basic data types, iteration, for loops, that will highly benefit you. You don't need to go more in depth into those things. In picking up a way to learn Python, there are so many Python books around. A few that I can name are the Python Crash Course and Automate the Boring with Python. There are really fantastic books. So Free Code Camp also has a Learn Python course. Python is a really beginner-friendly language, and it's used so much everywhere. As a beginner, I would recommend that one for you. In terms of projects, all the resources that I've mentioned will have projects for you to do. So just lean into those. Do make sure you created your GitHub profile where you are going to showcase all of the things that you are create. And yeah, I think that's it for this programming phase. And now let's move into the phase number 3. This is the cloud platform. And all right, now you might be thinking like, hey, I want to learn to become a cloud engineer, but like in your sort of list of phases, cloud platform is on the 3rd place. So again, I'm trying to set you up for success, and there is some sort of prerequisites and skills that throughout the rest of your career in cloud are going to be very, very crucial. So that's why Linux and networking and programming are before cloud platforms. I personally think that the best way to pick up a cloud platform and learn one is to learn one as a complete beginner is studying for a certification, because that guided learning, that's sort of every certification has a sort of curriculum that you need to be able to know before you take it. And that guided learning is really crucial at the beginning. I think for those first steps, just really studying for one certification of whichever cloud you want to do will be probably your best bet. There is this project called Cloud Resume Challenge that will give you hands-on with a bunch of AWS, Azure, or GCP cloud services. In terms of which cloud you pick, no matter which one, go to the Cloud Resume Challenge. You're gonna get hands-on with a bunch of things out there. In terms of which cloud should I learn, so there are AWS, GCP, Azure, or also other clouds. Each cloud platform is going to have a free trial and free credits so that you get when you sign up. So absolutely, just give that a try. Give that a try for each cloud, and see which one better suits your needs, which one you like the most. I'm not expecting you to fully build on full solutions that implement all these things. You should get familiar with how to grant identity, access, how to grant access for different users and applications, how to set up billing alerts, how to deploy virtual machines, how to work with networking. It may sound very confusing, but as you get into more of the cloud space, and if you work with the Cloud's Resume Challenge, you become very familiar with this. Take advantage of free accounts, free trials, free credits, and get hands-on with the cloud. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are many cloud computing certifications that can help you start a career in cloud computing. So these includes Google Cloud Certified Professional Cloud Architect, AWS Certified Solution Architect, Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect Expert, IBM Certified Solution Advisor. So certification will give you the path to learn the cloud. You should be aware of the documentation as well, how to go through it, where to find the information you need at the moment. Also, there are many online courses and training programs available that can help you learn cloud computing technologies and services, including Coursera or Udemy. Okay, so now the last phase would be phase 4. This is the DevOps practices. You're going to be introduced to a lot of this as you go through phase 1, phase 2, 3, all of them actually. You get introduced to infrastructure as a code, so the and CI/CD, which is continuous integration, continuous deployment. In phase 3, when you're learning cloud platform, and you're doing something like a Cloud Resume Challenge that I mentioned, you are introduced to a version control, Git and GitHub. Focus on version control, infrastructure as a code, CI/CD, and make sure that every single project that you've implemented to have all of these things going for those projects as well. Continuous integration is just a software development practice where developers integrate their code changes into a repository frequently. So it could be the GitHub. This helps to identify and fix issues quickly, resulting in a more stable and reliable code base. Continuous delivery, CD, is the practice of automatically deploying software changes to production environment after successful testing. This helps to speed up the deployment process and ensure that changes are delivered to users quickly and efficiently. Infrastructure as a code IAC is the practice of using code to manage infrastructure and automate deployments. This approach helps to ensure that infrastructure is consistent, reputable, and can be easily managed. And the automation, so the DevOps emphasizes automation wherever possible, from building and testing to deployment and monitoring. This helps to reduce manual errors and speed up the development and deployment processes. So just think about automation in this way. How can you save time while performing some operations? And I think that's it. Absolutely, it for those 4 phases. You might be overwhelmed right now. There is a lot to learn, and that's just the reality. I've tried to put this in a sort of learning path or a guideline that makes the most sense, but feel free to explore whatever you want at any phase you want, really. There are so many new services, new cloud services, new technologies that come out every single day. So it's impossible to keep up with all of them. There are new languages all the time. You just can't keep up with all of them. Just embrace that. So I have no idea about so many things, and yet I'm working in this space, like I told you. The technology landscape in cloud computing is constantly changing, and it can be challenging to keep up with the latest development and updates.
Man,
Okay,
I
so
sure feel like doing the cloud now. I'm sorry for interrupting.
yeah. Okay, so networking and applying for jobs. So in this section, we are gonna talk about importance of networking and where to look for cloud jobs. Yeah. So in this IT world, we have to network and build professional relationships by attending industry events like this one, participating in online forums, and connecting with professionals in this field. Attending industry events and conferences can be a great way to network and learn about the latest developments in cloud computing. Participating in online communities and forums dedicated to cloud can help you connect with other professionals in the field and learn from their experiences. So there are several cloud communities for students that provide resources, support, and networking opportunities related to the cloud. Some of the popular cloud communities for students are the Google Cloud Student Community, AWS Educate, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. So, for example, the Google Cloud Community is a group of students who are interested. It's for the group of students who are interested in learning about Google Cloud Platform and its services. Members can access resources, participate in events and contents, connect with other students and mentors. AWS, for example, provides students with access to AWS services, training, and certification materials. It also offers a community forum where students can connect with peers and AWS experts. Okay. Yes, so the next point and the final step is to apply for jobs in cloud computing, including cloud architects, cloud engineers, cloud developers, and many, many more. So there are several resources that you can use to search for the first internship in the cloud computing. So the first one is University Career Services. Many universities have a career services office that can help students find internships. They also often have job boards, so I really recommend this one to attend. The next one is online job portals. So there are several online job portals that list internship in the cloud. Some popular ones include Indeed, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. You can put filters and find something that would be interesting for you. Also, company websites. You can visit the websites of companies that are interested for you and just search for internship opportunities. And the next one is social media. So follow companies and industry experts on social media platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, to stay informed about internships opportunities and industry news, which is also really, really important. I also need to mention that almost each of my job was found on LinkedIn, and it has started from summer internship at Intel company in Poland. Okay, so in conclusion, starting a career in cloud computing can be really challenging, but it can also be rewarding. By understanding the basics of cloud computing, developing the necessary technical and soft skills, and building a practical experience, you can position yourself for success in this exciting field. With the right resources and a commitment to continuous learning and development, you can build successful career in the cloud computing. So yeah, I would like to thank you very much, and I want you to invite to join my friends on LinkedIn. So whenever you have any questions, any doubts about cloud or whatever technology questions or career questions, just reach out to me and ask about anything you want to ask. So I'm not sure how much time do we have, but this is the time for Q&A. So whenever you have any questions at the moment, just let me know.
Yeah, thanks. That was a great presentation. I feel like switching from mobile to cloud now. Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
There are a few questions from Strongs. They're asking if you majored in computer science at university. Like, what was your major?
Yeah, so I studied computer science. I did a bachelor and a master in AGH University of Science and Technology in Krakow, in Poland. So yeah, I finished computer science, and I started looking for summer internships at my third year of university.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I think it's easier to get internships around third year, probably. Some
Yeah, and
internships,
also
I think.
like I mentioned, I would really recommend to start doing research about the companies, about the job markets once you start your university. So after that, you will be you will be aware what you really want to do, what path is really interesting to you, like what for example, if you decide for going into the cloud, which part of the cloud interests you the most. And yeah, you can also understand more companies needs, attending those job markets. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation, to attend those events as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's pretty essential. That's why basically we did GDCS
Exactly.
and Women Techmakers. And there's another question, of course, from about Google. Was interview hard to get in Google?
Oh, so
It wasn't easy.
yeah, like of course I needed to prepare at at a really good way. But to be honest, I prepared from the resources that I mentioned in my presentation. So it was Linux, it was networking, it was also some basic stuff about the cloud. Like, for example, this question: what happens when you type google.com in your browser? So I think these questions could appear on the interview. But was it hard? Yeah. I needed to put some time to prepare for sure. But also, the interviewers are there to help you. So whenever you apply for a job to Google, or interviewers will reach out to you on LinkedIn, they will send you some list of materials that you should be prepared for. So once you feel you are prepared, you can reach out back to them and say, okay, I'm ready to start interview. I prepared from the points you sent me, and you will be ready to go. I think so. As I said, the Google employers are here for you to help you to success in your interview.
That's great.
And also, I would also recommend to follow Google internships page or Google students page. So there are many tips about how to actually prepare, for example, good CV for Google, or when to start looking for summer internships opportunities. So that's what I would recommend as well, just to follow them on the students webpage, Google Students
Yeah, they
webpage.
definitely don't gatekeep about interview process. Like, there's actually a lot of stuff on YouTube and on their pages, like all over, like
Exactly.
Google
Just
developers.
Yeah, just do some research and you'll find everything you want and need.
There's another question tied to Women Techmakers and International Women's Day. Is your team diverse?
Yeah, I would say I work in really diverse place. Like Google is a really diverse place. Um, I feel like whenever a new person is joining Google or my team or another team, uh, we can feel this support from all of the team members. We really don't care who you are, when you come, where you come from, how old are you. We really don't care about those stuff. We are just here to support everyone. Whenever I feel, for example, that I need some help in a really different way, like this could be a job way or my personal life, like help or issue, I feel that I can also, every time I can ask my team, and they will help me. So this is really amazing.
That's great. So probably another question, but this time from me, is like, how much time it took her to go from like absolute zero to where where are you now, basically? Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I started my summer internship at Intel within the cloud department. So I was so lucky because I had two departments to choose. One was the cloud, and one was I think the graphics design. So graphics is more about coding in C++, and the cloud, I didn't even got any idea what is the cloud that time, because it was really new. Like it was 2016 or 17 that time when I applied for this internship, and I said, okay, I will try the cloud. I will see what is that. So I think that it took me around half a year to really understand the basics, to really understand what the cloud really is, what kind of technologies are used to work with the cloud. Also, I need to mention that during this summer internship, I got a really great mentor who gave me like a lot of different tasks to do because he wanted me to try really everything about the cloud. So yeah, I would say half a year, but also it really depends on how much time you will put into this. Because I mentioned this training. networking training on YouTube, which is about 10 hours long. So it depends from you if you want to watch it like 1 day, 2 days, or 1 month, divided this 10 hours for 1 month. So it's really on you.
Yeah, you probably can apply that to everything you do, basically. Um,
Yeah, that's totally true.
and another question for me: what do you think that some changes that happening right now in cloud industry? Like, if there are new
So
trends or something like that?
mhm. So I would say that really more and more companies are deciding for the clouds that days. As I mentioned, those numbers that by 2029 the cloud revenue would be something around 300, more than 300 billion. So it really shows how cloud is growing, and it's still growing. Like there are so many things to develop in the cloud, in case of new trends that are coming, I would say this is security in the cloud. So this is something really important now, to secure the data. So imagine, like, let's say the bank want to move their data into the cloud, but the bank data is super secure, so they won't allow them to share any information about their users, about their customers. So this is what we need to put attention at the moment. So the security, how to secure the data in the cloud. So this is really hot topic, I would say.
Mm. About another hot topic, I mean, there's AI. There's some implementation for AI in cloud.
Yeah, like as probably everyone heard about now, about the Chat GPT. So this is connected to the Microsoft Azure. They are introducing the Chat GPT within the cloud. So I think it is able now to just ask Chat GPT how can I move my data, my SQL data, to Azure cloud, and you will get the whole instructions how to do that. So yeah, I would say AI will also kind of play a really strong role in these next years. But yeah, like it's happening. So AI and the cloud is also important.
Have you had a chance to actually use AI in your some projects, maybe some personal projects?
So to be honest, I'm not working that much with AI at my current role. I'm working more with the infrastructure. So how to just set up let's say environment for the cloud, how to set up VMs and stuff like that. Um, but um, but I worked with AI a little bit on my university. So it was, I need to say, it was like yeah, 4 years ago at now, so quite a long time ago. um but yeah, like AI is also like super interesting, and like this connection between the AI and the cloud, this could be super important and interesting. And if you like think about this kind of your personal project, maybe how can you use AI with the cloud once you started really growing in the cloud, understanding technology, you can think about yeah, about creating maybe some projects connecting with AI as well. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
thinking
could
about
be a
right now.
really, yeah, that could be a really great
Mhm.
chance to develop yourself and
I
to
mean, I
create
asked
some.
ChatGPT how to make cookies, and it answered me right away. I mean, how can you ask for more?
Mhm.
That's great. I think that's about it about questions. Uh, Maybe just
Okay.
1 minute to see if any new will come up. But that's
Yeah.
probably it with my questions.
Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned, like whenever you have any questions to come up with you, or regarding the cloud, regarding career, the tips that I shared, or you would like to access my resources that I shared in the presentation, just let me know on LinkedIn, and I'm there for you to help you.
That's great. Thank you very much for joining us today. That was very insightful, and that's great that Women Tech are so willingly open, like their sources. They share and encourage each other. So yeah, that's really great. And thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So for now, we are waiting for our second speaker. It might take a few minutes, so we'll be right back here in about 5 minutes for sure. So stay tuned. Okay, we are doing quizzes. You can join if you want to in the meantime. So yeah, here's the link and the code to join in. Okay, I'm gonna start it for only 1%, but I have to remove the screen actually, so you won't see any answers. So let's go. Yay, you got the first message. Let's go. Okay, Rashanak Rahmat will join us in probably 3 to 4 minutes.